Hello everyone, so the adventures continue. I think this is part 8 all of a sudden, and yeah, I've made tons of figures last year. I think these ones were a few of them which I finished in 2020 still. Currently I'm working on a ton of Jokers, but I love this Jim Gordon body, and then cut off the jacket and had to re-sculpt the jacket, and think I'm thinking I'm getting better at the sculpting. And yeah, I decided to get some rubber, some silicone rubber, to make the molds out of the sculpts that are rare, basically. Um, so I want to copy some heads and reuse them more often. So like Bruce Wayne, I used for my Mask of the Phantasm one as well, and yeah, that's just easier. And some figures I have a lot of head sculpts of, and I just need one to be able to reproduce it. But most likely, when I make these customs, I use my own collection, their heads, to, well, make new sculptures out of. It means of, well, do you copy the rare heads and don't touch the stuff that's strictly for customs. So here I have the Jonathan Crane head, which I will also be reproducing, well, just for personal use. Just make a mold and then just use them for custom, so I don't need to touch the original head. And yeah, I've also made use out of a few different figures. So just to explain what these are, this is just Commissioner Gordon with the Bruce Wayne head. This is a self-sculpted head on the new Batman Adventures. I think it's Bane. And then just sculpted everything on top of that. I think that turned out quite clean. It means of how much sculpt there actually is on this, and how well clean the paint is. I always hate these parts around the edges of the jacket and where the different color starts, and most likely I have my entire sculpt done by then, so it's difficult to paint. Also like the edges at around white and orange, that's just gonna be really, well, crappy to do. DD Twins took quite a while. I think they're fine. Not perfect, but most of my figures aren't perfect because I know the quality over quantity thing might be better, but I don't plan on having every single second or a minute of my life dedicated to making these figures. I want to get there, well, as soon as possible in a good enough manner for me. So right now, these are just like basically prototypes that I'm making, which I think are shelf worthy. And maybe one night I'll just pick out all the figures, start mixing the colors, and do the touch-ups, and then they will be perfect for me. So talking about doing like copying the heads, I made this Red Hood figure into a Joker, and yeah, I just copied the head and put it on I think it's a Gods and Monsters Batman body, because of the skinny hands and the skinny ankles, which we can see here. That works best for this outfit, so I most likely picked the bodies where there's like not too much work to do. Then just sculpted the hair of him and sculpted the entire suit, which is quite a process, and the figure is quite frozen, but it does still move a little bit, like the hands, and no paint drop because that's sanded well, the arms and stuff. So pretty much pre-posed, but still really cool. So here's one more example. This is Riddler, um, Gods and Monsters Superman, top body, rest is sculpt, and this is a Justice League Superman, which is just painted in the accurate colors. And most likely when you make these Jokers, they tend to, well, work as soon as you paint the face paint. You won't be really able to tell who this is, because also in this figure, you probably couldn't tell that this is a Green Lantern face, in my opinion, because the face is quite generic for the Green Lantern. Like Bruce Wayne's head would be more distinguished, I think. Um, but yeah, it still works pretty well. They're using the different faces just for the Jokers. Like this is going to be, I don't know the names. Scab, maybe. I'm not sure. With the boxing glove and the weird jester hat, and he's also using the Superman hat, which you can see here. Hope you will be able to unsee that. It's just pretty nice to use those different hats as well, and it just works best that way if you have like the generic heads yourself, just like this one, for this specific, well, yeah, these are the same head sculpts. So don't know if you're really able to tell that, but there's a difference, different enough, I think, to make it work. The process of actually filming the progress of making these figures is quite difficult because 70% of the time you're working in a, well, no, not a clean area. Basically everything can get dirty. You're touching everything with the epoxy sculpt or the water, the paint. It's just, yeah, I just tread carefully and I try to make as many like work in progress pictures as I can, and most of the time it turns out fine. So let me know what you think of these. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the line, the Adventures Continue line, doesn't go any further than what they did and that DC Direct is gone. But in a way, you can make the legacy go on yourself by customizing. And I highly suggest you do so. It's really fun as a hobby. And yeah, I also do commission work. If you want to request something, just hit me up on Instagram and we can see what we can get done. So have a good day and I'll see you in the next one.